Hello and welcome to tonight's match in the Overwatch 2022 Spring Finals. We've got a best of five finals match tonight between Chandler Gilbert and Mesa Community College. We're gonna start today on King's Row. My name is
Busan.
Whalebait, or I'm not. My bad. We're just gonna start tonight on Busan. My name is Whalebait, and I'm casting tonight with Raccoon. How are you doing, Raccoon?
Yellow. I'm doing fantastic. I do expect some high octane, high energy, high baller, big gameplay, big ults. But moderate game is also good.
Well, based on the match that went down last time between these two teams, this is definitely going to be a close one. I'm super excited. MCC barely came away with it last time, but CGC was looking close.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they run because I'm expecting to see balls and whatnot, but who knows if there's a ball player in the lobby at the time.
All right.
So seems like CGC is running Orion Diva with the Pharah. It's gonna be interesting going some poke as we got over here. MCC running with the Orion Hanzo.
Watch this Far Mercy on the side. Their Pharah's really good. Expect some picks from her.
I already saw the friendly bubble from the Zarya come out. Hopefully they don't just chase him down and deal some big damage. Oh, and that's already one down.
Huge pick onto the support. That's going to be a rough fight without that Baptiste.
I could see the Pharah just playing frontline instead of going off in an off angle, you know?
Yep.
Probably respecting that Hanzo somewhat.
Yep, things are going the way of MCC as they get kill after kill. It's just hard to sustain that fight without your main support there. And that first fight is going to go MCC's way.
Yeah, so it's quite unfortunate that first pick that MCC sustained. Hopefully they're able to recover. Pharah already here with an ult. Be looking probably to go off in an off angle and get a huge barrage. They don't have any ways to mitigate the damage. They are close to a beat, so hopefully we see a sound barrier here to counter the barrage.
Oh, they switched to Mercy. There's not going to be that beat anymore. That's unfortunate.
That is so unfortunate. The thought process here probably is going to Hog just to hook the Pharah or just provide some extra damage to break that shield in the front line. See if this pays out for them or if it just comes back and bites them.
Oh, the Mercy getting really low.
And there's that barrage.
Big barrage.
The 2 for 2. It's anybody's game still. And we see a Mercy ult come out.
Mercy ult coming out.
Oh, and we get the res over here.
Oh, huge. That was an interesting res from Bread Genie, but LeBron's going to get that punish, and looks like CGCC is going to walk away with this one as High gets those last couple of kills cleaning up the point.
Another probably just trying to stall as long as possible. Just trying to get that to 70%. That's unfortunately got it to 66. Let's see.
That was a really good hold from MCC. That 66% went a long way.
Both sides do have a window here. We'll see which one gets more value out of it. However, on the MCC side, we do have a Flux. This could be huge for them. They're able to combo that with the wall. They could just get themselves into movie with that IMAX screen. Oh, but Grab comes out first. That's unfortunate. That's a huge immortality from the Baptiste.
That was very impressive immortality, saving their entire team. And here comes the Flux. They do get a couple kills. It's looking like a true battle. Kills on both sides.
And LeBron James gets hacked out of his hoggle. That's so unfortunate.
That is unfortunate for that Hog. It looks like MCC is going to come away with it as they commit the Diva ult as well.
I think maybe there was a little bit too many ults from the
I do think so. I don't think they needed that Diva ult, but you know, they came away with the point. They gaining that percentage. We'll see what happens.
We are approaching last fight territory. Hopefully they can just secure the game with this Tire and that of Pharah. This would be the third Pharah ult already. Fury definitely putting in some work on the Pharah.
Absolutely. Fury's Pharah is something to be scared of for sure.
And it looks like CGC responds with the Pharah of their own. Let's see how this pays out for them. And here's a Tire. And so the expected mortality just comes out.
Yep. Window comes out, but it doesn't look like anyone's even going to be able to touch. And that first round of the first map is going to be MCC.
So even though
Insane
they
heroics from Hiri, the whole map.
probably overinvested on that point, it was perfectly fine because CGC was just unable to touch.
Yep.
Are you expecting to see any type of comp changes here?
It'll be interesting. I will admit, it looks like the Pharmercy is getting outclassed. I'd like to see High switch back to his hit scan role where he feels a little bit more comfortable to deal with that Pharmercy, but we'll see.
Looks like they are opening with the soldier, so it looks like your prediction was correct. Although Huri's also responding with the soldier of his own.
Going from Pharmercy to hit scan duels. This is going to be interesting for sure.
So here we have with the MCC, they're running the Diva instead of the Zarya. That prevents a lot more damage. The Zarya only has a finite amount of balls or orbs, as where Diva just has a matrix that just keeps recharging.
That is an early use of immortality there. We'll see if CGC can capitalize on that.
And both teams are playing relatively passive here, even though they're playing pretty hard spam on both sides. But you can get the initial pick here just let's get the fight going.
Yeah, this first pick is going to be huge.
Huri with a great flank.
Yeah, that's a really good flank around that Reinhardt shield. A crazy good bubble saves the Braun games there. There goes the immortality. Finally, we're getting our first kills. Stick goes down. Oh, but Huri finds
Is Huri able to get the double kill here?
Huge pick. Huri is going insane today. And the res onto Stick. Huri gets their main support. It is looking like MCC are doing really, really well.
Alright, here they probably just want to reset and just be able to survive as much people as they can.
Absolutely. Huri is at the top of his game tonight.
It's MCC's best interest just to keep spamming that choker, not to let him even walk forward.
Out comes
Window has been invested. I'd expect CGC here to just rotate all the way around.
Absolutely, and they do. Wonderful prediction from Raccoon.
They have more.
And out comes tons of ults. Armitage with a good grab and High with a good visor. Everybody's ulting on both sides, but it looks like the kills are going CGC's way. And Armitage is putting in the work today. His Zarya is really, really good, and he's getting those kills that they need.
So many ults. We saw Grab, we saw Valking Mercy, we saw High Noon, we saw Visor. What didn't we see?
It looks like Tyre is all that's left.
And CGC still has a window here. They could definitely flex that to just keep MCC from walking forward. However, just like MCC got played by the CGC just walking around, they could do the exact same thing.
Here comes Tyre. Might be big.
Can they break that immortality?
Oh, and High is going to find it. Good from High. Oh, but High gets brought down by the Reinhardt. And these kills are going MCC's way. Sudden attack, and it's all over. CGC didn't even find one kill in that fight.
So it's quite unfortunate. MCC just used their ultimates first. Dragonclaw was just not able to find a window that he liked.
Yeah, it was a really good engage with that Diva bomb. They were able to get the kills while everyone was looking at it.
Here, CGC just probably wants to open up as soon as possible to pop that window and just have the MCC back up as much as possible. And there it is. There's the window.
Yep, there's the window. We'll see if they're able to get anybody with it. MCC's playing careful, though. They're just going to try to LOS it. And they're not going to get any kills with it. Out comes Dragon on MCC side, but again, no kills.
CGC's able to find the high ground here. Can they find the kills, though?
High with the first kill, High with the second kill. Can High turn this around for his team?
Can he get a third?
Oh, wow. That was really almost Huri saved that High Noon, but he gets it off and the Mercy goes down. High finds another 2. High finds 3, a triple kill from High. He is popping off. And with heroics from the CGC DPS, they are going to take the point once again. But MCC only needs one more team fight win.
And that was a great example of just using your ultimates first, being able to get that space, being able to capitalize on the enemy team just backing up. Here they have to do the exact same thing. Look for an early grab, look for an early shatter, just to get that early advantage.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how MCC plays this. We've seen a lot of rotating around to the left from both teams. We'll see if they do it again.
CGC does have the advantage here with using a bubble to get a sneaky shatter in. Oh, and there's a
Alright,
tire.
out
They're
comes
initiating the ult.
Fire.
And it does
Alright,
not find any value. And there's a
a
grab.
huge grab. Surely they get from this. Yep, there goes the main healer,
And the
but
Baptiste
High
goes down. It's
goes
still
down.
anybody's game.
And a
there's the
huge
shatter.
shatter. But it finds nothing. Armitage gets 2, a double kill from Armitage, and out comes the window as well. It is a brutal, brutal fight, but in the end, CGC is able to pull it out from the jaws of defeat.
Great discipline from LeBron Games, just being able to hold on to that shatter, looking for next fight.
Absolutely.
I'll say High is getting close to another visor here. So it'd be most important that he finds this and gets able to, finding able to get a kill or two.
Yep.
Oh, and there's
A
a shatter.
huge shatter finds the main healer and the diva, but the Hanzo comes out and High finds the last support. High finds 3, another triple kill from High. He is going absolutely insane, and CGC is going to take the second round of Busan.
Yeah, so this fight was, or this whole game was just entirely ult swapping. Which team was able to capitalize more on their ultimates?
Absolutely. And we do see that great positioning from High. He found so many with every ult he used. In that one round, I think he had 3 ults.
I don't recall, but I know he had at least 2 visors with amazing kills.
Yep.
With this being a much more open map, I do expect them probably to switch off the Junkrat.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do keep this Junkrat.
He has been finding a decent tire here and there, but
Yep.
hopefully they can get some more value out of that.
High's going to switch back to the Pharah, back to the Farm Mercy. That does work really well against their Reaper Junkrat DPS.
MCC is going to find it very difficult to get any value here.
For sure.
Optimal play here would just be to run in that Ryan, kill him as before the Pharah can do anything.
Yep. But LeBron Games is doing a good job. He's staying alive.
We find Fury finds the Pharah.
How does he do that? Fury is amazing.
Can he stop the rest, however?
He's not going to be able to stop the res, and we do see kills going CGC's way. Here he's going to be punished. A little bit of an overextension. That was a nasty kill to start from Hiri, but it just all fell apart.
Yeah, unfortunately, they weren't able to stop the res, and then the rest of his team died. Hiri just couldn't find enough value besides killing the Pharah. LeBron Games
like
here with a huge shatter advantage.
For sure. We're
As
back
we were mentioning,
to Pharah Mercy versus Pharah Mercy. I like that swap from MCC.
We do see both sides running the Zarya here. That's quite interesting. As having a Devo would be insanely powerful against a Pharah.
Here he's able to get a direct hit on High, but he is healed up before he dies. No kills coming through. Both side supports are putting in the work, and a crazy shatter from LeBron. He finds 2 with that, but he is killed by Hiri. That shatter is just hard to find value with when 2 of their team are in the air with the Farm Mercy.
MCC's Ryan was just unable to get a shatter of his own quick enough.
Drakenclaw goes down. Armitage is going to go for the grab, but his whole team's gone. Nobody's able to capitalize on it.
And High just wasting the barrage. That's unfortunate.
Definitely not what you want to see if you're on CGCC. And it looks like finally at 75% almost, MCC is going to finally take that first point.
This is still anybody's game. Although with having that dragon without that grab is going to be difficult to find any value.
For sure.
Maybe they can find the Ryan on a rotate and just block him off and just be able to secure the kill. We'll see how they utilize this dragon. They do have a window, so they could pressure them to point with dragon and then just use window to secure the kills, or vice versa.
We do see Valkyrie coming out already, and here's window. This might be huge.
And they lost the Hanzo. That's no dragon for them.
Fury finds 2, the Hanzo and the Mercy, and Drakenclaw goes down. That's their main support gone. And the DPS on MCC are just going insane. LeBron is able to take Undying off the map, but the DPS are just putting in the work for MCC.
I'll say that Nano on the Zarya was very interesting. Probably not needed whatsoever during this fight. They're doing fine on ult economy, so it's not going to be punish them too hard, but
Yep.
it's not ideal.
Oh, big first pick from Hiri, and they are not going to be able to res that one.
MCC definitely probably wanted to win this fight here.
Absolutely.
Looks
I
like
will say with
MCC is
how...
resetting.
Yep. And we are switching to the Hog instead of the Reinhardt, maybe trying to find those hooks. Night Raven with 2 kills off the bat. That's pretty big. Oh, but that's a large grab. That half
And
their
that's
team
just
is coming
shattered.
there. And the nade comes through. It is not looking good, but High is going to put in the barrage, and it's not... Oh, 3
And the
kills
triple
from
tire.
Birdie! That looks like this is definitely going to be the end of the fight there. CGC just have to reset and try that one again. LeBron swaps to Sig now
I
off
don't
the
think they have a
Hog.
touch here.
I don't think they do. I think it's going to be really close if they do. And that is the first map. MCC pulling away with the first point of the series.
I take back what I said with the Junkrat pick. He was able to find an insane value here with the tire. It was still anybody's game, and then
Absolutely.
kaboom!
And there goes half their team, including both supports. Just nothing you can do after that. Very well fought from both sides. That was a very close game.
All right, so welcome to the second round of the finals. Going to be playing in King's Row, one of my personal favorites. What are your guys' personal favorite maps, by the way? Just throwing a quick question to chat. Hopefully, you guys don't start fighting over that. So on the last last map, we saw an incredible display of Pharah v Pharah. I wouldn't be surprised if they run Pharah v Pharah here again. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, we'll see. High's really good on that hit scan roll, so I'm hoping to see more of that out of him. But it looks like he's going to go with the Pharah again. This will
Right
definitely
now,
be
here,
interesting.
off of just the spawns, it's going to be a hit scan versus Pharah. Oh, they're swapping a Genji. You know, just seeing what they pick off of the spawn is never a good idea because they're probably just end up swapping last
Yeah,
second, as most
for
players
sure.
do. So here in King's Row, it's going to be a lot more interesting to play just because of how many tight corners there are. There's a lot of ways to break LOS very quickly.
There sure is. Yeah, they're going to have lots to play around. It does look like Hiri's going back to that soldier. We got the Mercy Baptiste supports on both sides.
The Rein v Rein is definitely going to play a lot bigger role here into whoever has the advantage. Just like I mentioned, those corners and being able to just cut the LOS is incredibly good to just recharge shield and be able to just push forward.
Absolutely, and pushing forward they are. LeBron is getting in there, taking that space.
Super early immortality from both sides.
Absolutely, and Birdie finds high. That's an unfortunate first pick for CGC.
And that's 2 down.
Yep. 2 down already. Looks like they're just going to back out and regroup for now.
Yeah, CGC probably here just looking to get that regroup, as you mentioned. Just trying to get to full strength to be able to push back forward.
And full teams are back. We're going to see them pushing through again. Already past that choke.
We already seen we already see a window here from Dragon.
Fury finds Bat again.
Are they going to be able to find the
doing
rest?
really well.
What are they going to find the res here? Looks like they are, and they're back
Res
to being a 6v6.
And Hiri finds high again. Hiri just pick after pick, already ulting even.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate that High here just can't find the ability to play undercover. Just getting picked after picked.
Yeah,
and here just nonchalantly popping visor. Just nobody to contest him. He can just shoot at them for however he wants.
Yeah, Hiri is going insane. They're going to have to find some way to shut him down.
That's
LeBron charging in. But Hiri, again, he finds that main heal. He finds LeBron, too. But High finally kills
goes down.
Hiri.
Are they going to be able to get the rest here? They went for the rest and they get punished immediately.
All right, I like this
unable to find anybody. That's a window trying to buy some time, trying to get their team back together. And LeBron James just pushes through it. Does Bomb able to find anybody?
Comes out and it finds
and it's able to find 2.
Huge bomb from Peaches. Her diva has been so good all season, and
fortunately, it does not end up mattering at the moment.
Yeah, but
able to find.
Yes, CGC is finding the kills they need. Their tanks are taking that space, and they do end up taking that first point despite all the kills. Very impressive.
Well, the bomb was impressive in getting 2 people. Maybe it went a little too deep and then just allowed the enemy tanks just to walk forward and take all that space. And then without a diva mech, the grab just comes out for free.
CGC is already pushing so hard, and they find Peaches. They find both tanks, and Bad with the double kill. This is a brutal massacre. CGC pushing so far up and getting the kills. They're pushing all the way past the choke.
Excellent demonstration of just using your ult first, just pushing them back and back and back. There's no point in the enemy attacking you if you can just kill them all. What do you expect to see here from MCC to respond to be able to just recapitalize or just get some of that space back?
Their Rhine Shatters have been fairly good this season. They do have the potential to get a huge shatter here.
LeBron Games is a couple of percentage off of his own shatter, so we'll see whoever gets the shatter off first.
Yep. We are seeing these Rhine mind games coming out, just poking and prodding at each other. Hiri with another visor. LeBron
unable to find anything, and LeBron with the better shatter.
LeBron with the main tank diff. No huge kills coming out. They do demech the diva, and CGC are able to push around this corner.
Still anybody's game.
Armitage
There's a
finds
huge
the Baby
grab.
Diva, a huge grab, and that is going to be CGC pushing all the way through to point. I'm loving this performance from Chandler.
It's so unfortunate Baptiste. They're looking to do something with the window. He's just alone. Oh, and we seem to be having some
Pause
technical
game.
difficulties.
All right, so what do you think we need to see here from MCC for them to change it around? They've been getting a little bit bulldozed this map.
To be honest, Birdie hasn't been able to find enough value. His neutral is just not doing enough to push CGC back. He's finding great value at the tires, always getting 2 to 3 picks, but just his regular play is just not pushing them back. They're just able to walk forward and keep pushing for more and more until CGC just breaks.
For sure. I would like to see LeBron being more contested as well. He is taking a ton of space. He's being very aggressive.
And it's quite unfortunate because the comp that MCC is running is quite odd in the sense that they're running the Pharah with the Junkrat. That's a lot of spam, but you're running a Baptiste with that. So even though that is some spam, it kind of makes his
All right.
ultimate just useless.
So the reason we're paused really quick is the two PCs just they lost power, so we'll be up in really shortly.
Cool.
And there you have it. NA finals. Unfortunate.
This
I would
is
say right
almost
now. Go ahead.
this is almost exactly how their last showdown together went down. Is CGC lost that first map and then absolutely bulldozed through King's Row. It's going to be really interesting to see if this plays out the same as last time with MCC barely winning in the end.
CGC right now is in a great spot to win. Hopefully those two DCs doesn't come to bite them. They have that sound barrier where they can just push super hard, getting that tire almost immediately, and then just following up with the shatter. It's gonna be
Absolutely.
pretty hard for MCC just to hold this.
We have seen Huri do some super impressive things, but without that ult, it'll be a hard press for him to stop the momentum that CGC currently has.
What I'd like to see here is maybe them baiting out the sound barrier, waiting a little bit, and then just Ryan trying to pin LeBron games down to a wall and just trying to send that bomb early to just find some value.
Absolutely.
All of that should create enough space for Huri to just find a pick or two, giving that valuable time that they're looking for right now.
And we can't discount this tire that Birdie has. Birdie's tires have been very influential in the series so far.
Yeah, if he finds 2 picks, that could be enough for MCC just to be able to push back and just be able to hold space. Because right now, their main objective is probably trying to whittle that time down as much as possible, just to give themselves a fighting chance during the attack.
Yeah, that 4-minute time bank. That's a lot of time to whittle down.
Right now, if it keeps at this pace where they're not able to hold even a fight, it's probably going to be like a 3:30 when the card just gets capped, and that's an extremely hard time to beat.
Yes, indeed.
You're expecting to see any swaps from either side here?
Maybe. We'll have to see how MCC does respond. Although I don't know, Huri's really good on that far. I think that's where he's most comfortable.
Definitely be interesting to see if we see any swaps, and even if those swaps help at all.
For
Now
sure.
going back to the question I asked earlier about what's your favorite map, we did get an answer as an Ilios. Okay, so is it Ilios because you play Lucio? Are you playing Lucio or Hog? Or are you just looking for the boops in that well? Or are you more of a hit scan player and you just love Ruins just because that's a great Widow map?
All right, both teams are ready, so I'm gonna unpause the match.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And we're off. We see high switch to the Hanzo.
He's been running the Hanzo. He used his Dragon earlier, so that wasn't that much of a punish. However, don't remember what Dragon Claw's ult was. Hopefully he didn't lose too much ult charge or even his whole ult. Alright, so here comes the tire from Birdie.
And it doesn't find anybody. That is unfortunate for Mesa. We do
a sound
see
barrier.
a sound barrier, but here comes Bad's tire. Here he does find Bad. That's a good first pick for Mesa. That's
And
what we want to
both
see.
tires are unable to find absolutely anybody.
Fury is deep in there. Fury is in the backgrounds trying to find, but LeBron gets 2, and High
here comes the
gets
res.
6. Another double kill from High. This is a rough fight for Mesa. Fury does find Draken, but he dies himself. And they're just cleaning up Peaches. The stall's gonna come out for Mesa, but it's gonna be a rough fight.
As I said, they're just trying to whittle that time, buying as much time as possible. And here comes back Yuri.
And Armitage finds 2. Armitage so good. Yuri does find Lucio. And a huge shatter from Undying is going to find another 2. Looks like they're going to be able to hold on to this with 1 meter left. An absolutely unbelievable defense there.
They were able to buy enough time, buy enough ult charge just to be able to get that shatter, just to be able to secure the hold.
Absolutely. Amazing shatter from MCC.
Peach is probably looking here to just... Peach is here probably just trying to get that ultimate from the Zarya. If they can eat this, it'll be devastating for CGC.
Absolutely. The hack onto LeBron. That's going to be really unfortunate if he dies this early. He is going to fall back, get the healing. And the grab comes out and does not hit Ethan. High finds Yuri. High finds another 2 with the Grav Dragon combo. And this surely has to be it for Mesa. Their entire team is down. And CGC is going to coast in for the point.
That's quite unfortunate. They either had to play split or just bet on the D.Va being able to eat the Grav.
Yep, the D.Va just wasn't quite able to find that Grav. And the High with the execution on that Grav Dragon was huge.
I would expect Yuri here to finally swap off that Pharah, as it hasn't really been providing much value this round.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see what the team comps look like. I would like to see some swaps from MCC trying to deal with all the momentum they have. That was a really good hold. They brought them down from that 4-minute time bank to under 2 minutes. But we're going to need to see a much better performance from Mesa to...
Yeah, 1 minute 50 definitely much more doable than 4 minutes. This gives him at least a fighting chance.
Absolutely. It's still anybody's game for sure.
And if my games of King Real have anything to say is that, so very likelihood that MCC just gets 4 minutes on their time bank and just completely demoralizes CGC. CGC here with the double shield. It's going to be interesting because they only have Hanzo to provide spam from the back. Pharah's probably going to be looking for an off angle. Or they could just play the Pharah as a front line, which would be interesting.
That would be really cool to watch. But yeah, we are seeing again this double farm mercy on both sides.
And they swapped off the ball.
Just to Hanzo.
I was hoping to watch the ball from Undying, as this would provide more space for Hiri to work with, that he can just roll in, create disruption, and not get killed.
Yep.
But we'll see how they do.
CGC playing it careful, playing back on point.
He's just playing around the statue, looking for that damage while he waits for his team to go in and create space.
A huge boop, knocking him off the high ground. And this rotation, look at this, but Hiri finds bad, but High finds Hiri. A DPS down on each team. The res is going to come through from bad. CGC has the advantage here. I love that rotation from CGC.
If CGC was able to just move a little bit quicker, they probably were able to get a free tick here.
But Undying finds 2, and Birdie finds LeBron Games. It looks like it's going MCC's way, despite the good play from CGC at the start of the team fight. They turn it around, and it looks like they're going to take this first point really quickly in the first team fight. Very impressive from Mesa.
Quite unfortunate. I was hoping that the CGC team wouldn't just walk into them, as they did have the Orisa. Normally, Orisa running into Orion is not the best idea.
Definitely not. MCC is not being as aggressive with their space as CGC was, though. You see they're not pushing all the way up through this point. This is where CGC has the chance to turn the momentum around.
CGC was able to just get his full team regrouped and not allowing MCC to just walk forward without taking damage.
I like LeBron playing this corner. It's going to be tricky for Mesa to get around it.
Undying right now with the ult advantage. It's just going to come down to another shatter difference.
For sure. And
Here comes a
out
dragon
comes
from
the dragon
downtown.
from way downtown, but it doesn't end up finding anybody. Fury finds Armitage. That's a huge first pick. If Mesa can capitalize on this. Oh, but High finds Fury again, and Armitage gets that res. The barrage from Bad comes through and finds Birdie, and it's looking like CGC is going to stop Mesa in their tracks before they get around this corner.
Insane that they were able to hold this even though they were down that Zarya so early on.
Absolutely. It was a
Bad
very
with the
good play and a
absolute
very good res
mental
from the
barrage.
Mercy.
I'd like to see MCC here just rotate through the high ground, trying to minimize that space that they're going to have to take. That way they take less damage and able to be healthier during the fight.
We've got the engage with the sound barrier, but the counter shatter. Unpeaches finds 2. And the tanks from Mesa are popping off. They find 3 kills right off the bat, and they're going to push forward, turning around this corner, trying to get any more kills, and here he does find Bad. They were not phased at all by that lost team fight. They just came back with a vengeance, and the stagger onto Draken's going to be rough. A
MCC
very
with that
good fight from
great tank.
Mesa.
MCC with that great tank combination. Being able to get that shatter distracting the Rhine long enough and the rest of his team just to get that bomb in the back.
Absolutely. A wonderful combo from Mesa.
Right now we have 3 ults to the enemies, just 2. Hopefully they can get this dragon up so they can get the grab dragon going.
Falk is going to come out trying to guarantee they get the point, but the combos come out. All the ults from both teams. 2 dead on both sides. Reses come through on both sides too. This fight is absolutely chaotic.
So anybody's
Fury
game, and there's the
does find
Mercy.
The great block from LeBron Games on the Shatter. Fury finds 2, both far Mercy down. Fury finds another one. Fury absolutely popping off. Solidifies that point for Mesa.
It's going to come down to if they can cap with enough time or if it's going to be down to less than a minute.
Absolutely. We see Mesa with similar time to CGC, almost 4 minutes. Both teams doing really well on attack.
We see LeBron here change over to the Hog. See how this plays out for them. Been playing out decently for him so far.
For sure. And we have seen him in past games be able to hook that far out of the air. It'd be awesome to see that again.
Right now, MCC just looking for as much damage as possible. Just get their ults up in the air just so they can break through this defense.
Window comes out for CGC. Doesn't look like they're going to find much with it, but they do zone them off point, stop that momentum.
They lost the Diva mech for CGC. That's unfortunate.
And here come through the kills for CGC. Looks like Mesa is going to back all the way out on this one, and Stick goes down late as well. A really good defense from Chandler here.
And Bad able to find just that single kill with the barrage. Sometimes a single kill is more than enough to just have the enemy team back and go back to their spawn.
Absolutely.
So it looks like MCC coming in here with the bomb, a Mercy ult, and Huri's ult. Oh,
Bad finds that first kill on Stick. Bad's doing really well. Force out that res early. Now they don't have it for the fight coming up. High Noon comes out. We'll see if it finds anything, but it doesn't.
so it comes a Valk out. Hopefully they're able to get enough value to just push forward and get bombs here. They only have Orisa bomb to defend and maybe a BAP or BAP immortality. BAP immortality is so broken, I think it's almost an ult.
Bomb in the back. Does it find anybody? It does not, but it turns their attention, and Huri finds the first kill on Bad.
Undying here getting close to a shatter, and this could potentially be fatal for CGC.
Tire's gonna come out, but it gets taken down by Armitage. CGC are clinging on, but Huri with the triple kill on the barrage. Huri with 4 kills right at the very end. Huri is popping off. He's doing so much work for this team.
And the time's almost identical, only by a couple seconds off.
Amazing attacks from both teams here.
Score 3-3.
Like we said earlier, it's still anybody's game. This is gonna be a really close map.
Initiating.
On the defense side of things, I would like to see both teams manage their ults slightly better, just so they have something left towards that 1 minute mark.
I
'Cause it
totally
seems like
agree. It seems like they get almost a little bit panicky and start using up more ults than they need to on defense.
are we gonna see a Pharah fight here, or are they gonna try something different?
Looks
So
like
chat,
Farah.
whose Pharah do you like more, Huri's or Hyde's Pharah? Personally, both Pharahs have been doing amazing, and I just can't decide on which one's better right now.
Yeah, they've both been popping off. I love to watch it.
Looks like they're gonna be running that Orisa Hog. Hopefully this time the Orisa doesn't find herself just with the Rhine hammer right to the face. Oh, is Undying here just teasing the ball, or is he gonna be switching back to Ryan? We'll see. It looks like
Looks
he's
like
been
we're switching
teasing
to
again.
Ryan. And here we go.
You're already with
Tiebreaker on
that
first
flank.
row.
Try to take that off angle, finding some value on that Pharah, not letting them just play however they want. Looks like MCC here opting for the long rotate.
Yep, playing all the way up onto the high ground. Going all the way around.
Already showing his position. Hopefully he can get out for free. And he doesn't!
Oh, High is taken out of position.
I don't think he was expecting the whole enemy team, including Orion, to be right there.
Yeah, and here he finds Bad. It's not looking good for CGC with both of their DPS dead. LeBron
All
Games
being able to
does
find
find
that-
Stick, but it is rezzed.
The
And
Orisa,
there come the
unfortunately.
kills on the tanks. It's looking like Mesa just absolutely bulldozing through with that great find onto High right at the start of the match. We do see the contest coming through. We'll see if they can stall long enough. But here he kills them both, and that's going to be it.
So MCC here already with the Valk of their own. See how this plays out for them. I mean, Huri's super close to a barrage. This will be incredibly important for them to be able to push as far as they can with that overtime.
Yep. I'd like to see him being a little bit more aggressive, taking the space. We saw him get stuck on the corner last time.
Here you're looking for that insane flank again. See if it pays out this time instead of him getting run over by the enemy team. That's an incredibly early Valk.
Yep. They do push
Immortality
all
comes
the
out
way
as
around
well.
the first corner. Really early abilities here. LeBron finds the Rhine, but Huri finds two. Amazing barrage from Huri. It does end up costing the life, but here comes the
And here
tire.
comes Tire.
It's not going to find anybody, but kills are coming through on both sides. This was a crazy fight, but it looks like CGCC is going to come through with it. But here comes Rhine back from the dead. This was so close, but it looks like this Rhine's going to be able to stay on point long enough for his team to get back. Oh,
It's
CGC
unfortunate. Huri came
stopped
through
it.
with his I do not care. I will kill you. Wherever you are, you're behind your diva, I will barrage you. But it just wasn't
Wow.
enough.
That was a really close fight. We saw it got down to just the Rhine and the soldier on point.
Ideally, would have liked to see the Valk, the Immort, come just a little bit later, just to be able to keep that Rhine up and allow Huri to get his value without it mattering if he died or not.
Right. Just those small mistakes, that Valk, that immortality coming out just a little bit early. And we see CGC was able to use those mistakes and get the stop.
But let's not take away the push from MCC. They were able to get that card extremely far just with a minute 30.
Absolutely. An amazing push from Mesa.
Nothing to worry about, unless there's something to worry about, as Dr. Liao always said.
It looks like Armitage is going to be swapping over to the damage roll.
Yep. And high on that hit scan.
I'm interested to see what Bad plays decides to play here.
Yeah, looks like Bad's going to be going into that off-tank role.
Hold on.
5, 4, 3,
Oh, yep. Yeah, I was quite certain that you can't just swap mid game. You could do it in the lobby, you just can't do it
Ah,
mid round.
yep. And so we do see the swaps back to their original roles.
Hopefully this doesn't mess up any of the comms that they had going and plans. Looks like they're looking for that cheeky sim teleport.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting teleport if they go through with it. And there they go, teleporting right up onto the high ground. Hiri finds Drakenclaw, though. That's unfortunate. You don't want to see that main healer dying so quick. Hiri with another kill. Hiri has just been putting in amazing work for his team.
Oh, LeBron able to find the Ryan.
Hiri kills LeBron, too. This Hiri is just killing everybody. Absolutely unstoppable.
Hiri with 1, 2, 3, 4 kills so far already. Hasn't even been a minute. And he's already at 91%. That's insane. I
We
did
do
like the
see-
rotate that they were doing. Even though that the BAP went down early, that's fine. I would like them to play a lot safer, just waiting for that BAP to get back and then just running in.
And we see Mesa playing really careful here. Not willing to take any risks.
CGC here with the insane window. They're not able to find value with that.
Bad finds Peaches, but Hiri finds Bad. High finds Hiri. So many kills across the board. Rez comes through on Hiri. That's huge. And Birdie finds another 2. His tires have been so good. And the barrage comes through from Hiri, and he finds another 2. The DPS ults are just amazing on Mesa's side. And it looks like they're going to come through with the win on King's Row.
It makes it 2-0, pushing CGC back to their last map if they lose. And we'll be right back.
Hello again, everybody, as we move back into our third and possibly our final map, Havana. It's been an insane series so far, and we see CGC's backs up against the wall. They've got one last chance to bring it around, trying to get that reverse sweep. What are we expecting comp-wise from this map, Raccoon?
So, I would like to see a lot more hit scan or some projectiles like Konzo, things like that, just because this is such long sight lines. It's incredibly hard for a Fair to get a lot of value here just because of how the map is designed. Be nice to see a Widow here and there, maybe a Zen. Looks like we're going to be defaulting to that Ryan Sigma comp, though, with the Pharah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to be holding close. So here, it's very common to see teams hold super close to the point, because even if they die, they still get 2 more fights on first point. But who knows?
And we are seeing a role switch, it looks like. It looks like we're subbing in Night Raven on the tank, and the bronze is going to DPS.
That's interesting, because LeBron has been putting in stellar performance as a tank player.
He has.
See if we can do the
indeed.
same on DPS.
A good hook to start, but no kills end up coming from it.
Looks like MCC's holding close here, but not quite enough to just stop the card progress.
Right, CGC's just pushing them back slowly but surely.
It is definitely in CGC's best interest just to get this first fight, because that's a huge advantage on Havana.
Fury
Havana's
with the first kill yet again. Oh, but he ends up dying himself.
They able to find the res? Yes, they are.
They are.
First point here is just notorious for being super hard to push.
Fury dies again. Yeah. You see both teams just stalling out a little bit. CGC is pushing in with this kill. We see the Valk come out. They're being really aggressive here. And the
There's a
good
Shadow
block
finds a Sigma.
Find the Sigma. And Peaches is going to go down for that. Night Raven is getting in there, getting work done, and LeBron, he's putting in the work on McCree as well.
What I always say, ult first, win games. They were to get that early Valk with great value, just allowing them just to walk forward and intimidate the enemy. And just being able to find that single shatter, just being able to turn the tide.
LeBron finds 2 already. LeBron kills the Pharmercy all on his own. And High finds the 3rd on Birdie. We see this signature CGC aggressiveness. They are just pushing all the way up there, finding those kills. The cart's way back here, but this space they're taking is so big.
Would like to see that Ryan push up and help them. They can just leave the Baptiste on card alone, and it's right there it's going.
We see MCC's grouped up. They're about to come in for the contest. Hanzo Dragon comes through.
Like to see MCC just being able to use some ults just to be able to push them back and regain that space that they lost.
Oh, but the kill on Undying is a huge start from... And LeBron finds Fury too. LeBron showing that he's not just a tank, he's got stellar DPS performance as well. CGC just pushing all the way in. They do find the res on Fury, but I don't see him escaping here. And yeah, Fury does go back down. Birdie does find 1, but it's immediately rezzed back up. A big shatter, but there's just no one really there to follow up on it. And CGC just keeps getting those kills. They were not phased one bit. Rolling all the way through.
I would like for them to commit here the wall, hopefully allowing that Peaches to find that grab, just allowing them to do a little bit more. Just considering how 3rd point is so long, it's okay to invest those ults.
Peaches goes down here. Fury does find High, but High is rezzed. Peaches is not going to be able to be rezzed here.
So far, this is the best game that CGC could have asked for.
Yeah, the CGC is doing really, really well. They want that reverse sweep.
Let's see how long Birdie can just stall point here.
Armitage finds another hook. This dude's just getting a hook after a hook on these tanks, and their Rhine goes down first. That's not what you want to see. They are forced to use this window to try to just keep them at bay. And here comes the dragon, but no kills are coming from it.
As I've been mentioning, I would have liked these ults to come out a little bit earlier. They're still going to use them.
Yep, and here comes High with the dragon. Ryan is able to get back before they get through this choke point, but they just took so much payload space.
CC is just falling apart. They're using ult after ult, but not combining anything, just using it individually. They're not going to be able to find
Right.
much value to that.
And we just see them pushing. Their tanks are just making so much space for Chandler.
LeBron looking for that high ground, just trying to get some extra space.
The shatter gets blocked. We do see this high noon come out. Doesn't look like it finds anything. Window comes through. LeBron is finding so many kills. LeBron is getting that value on DPS, and it looks like CGC are going to push to point. Birdie is contesting alone, and that's going to be it as Birdie falls, and CGC with a 3-minute time bank on Havana.
That's
What
exactly
an
what you want to see
amazing
from.
push.
That's exactly what you want to see from CGC. Just pushing, using ult combinations, just not allowing MCC to even breathe for a second.
Yeah, that was some great aggression from CGC.
Looks like whatever they took, whatever that they had in their water when during that break, it just gave them that extra, bit of energy to be able to be aggressive.
Yeah, somebody gave a good pep talk.
If last game they were a little short on change, this time they're coming back as millionaires, absolutely ballers.
We'll see if MCC is able to pull their morale together and put together an equally good push. We did see them do the exact same thing on King's Row.
MCC even wasn't playing that bad. They were just not utilizing ult combinations. They were using grab by itself. They were using window by itself.
Right.
That's just not enough to be able to stop the steamroll. Also add that the Sombra pick was definitely questionable.
Yeah, I'd like to see MCC changing up their picks here. This doesn't feel like the map for Farmercy. Farmercy
CGC here would be extremely happy to just hold first point for a couple minutes and then just take it to third point and just use that long range just to be able to keep them back just until they stall the time.
Hi, LeBron.
Seems that MCC here is opting to just go with the traditional rush with the Lucio.
Huge hook from Armitage. Armitage is just consistently finding these tanks, and you just can't push without the tanks, and they're just getting absolutely yoinked.
From a comp standpoint, going that Lucio with the Mercy is absolutely no amounts of fuel, and to be expected, you can see that Lucio swapping immediately to a Baptiste.
Yeah.
I know CGC is just playing as an absolute unit, just throwing damage after damage, getting those hooks and just demolishing them immediately.
And that res is already out. They forced to use it on Hiri. Hiri does find high in return, though. It's a good start for Mesa.
And the insane boop just not allowing the rest to come back, keeping this fight at a 5v6.
Right.
That's an early mortality out
Very
already.
early mortality.
They're not able to use that aggressive to get some of that disadvantage back.
And another hook, Armitage. Peaches was able to fly away, but that's her dive.
See if
Here
there's
comes
anything from the Sire.
from high. Yuri finds the tire, but Night Raven finds up dying.
That's unfortunate. Here we're just not able to find him. He was just not able to find a place to use the barrage to back up that tire. Or, probably, yeah, to back up the tire that Birdie might have been able to get.
Yep. A very good defense from Chandler so far.
I'd like to see here maybe a tire getting played just to pull attention from Hiri, just so he can get into perfect spot to barrage. He's already in a great spot. It'd be a perfect time to just send tire ripping across.
Oh, wow. LeBron almost finds the Mercy. That would have been devastating.
There's a bomb.
Out comes the bomb. Doesn't find anything but the immortality. But High, he kills two. And the kills are going CGC's way. Birdie with the tire, but LeBron finds it mid-air.
And once again, MCC just using individual ults, not putting them pressure on. They
Yeah,
sent that bomb individually. They put out the immortality. That's a perfect time for a tire to just come across from just the sky, but unfortunately they don't. They opt to just wait long enough to let MC or GCC just recover. CGC.
Peaches is already demeched. High Noon comes out just trying to keep him off point. And finds Peaches. That's a rough pick right off the bat. Mesa looks like they're just going to play it safe, wait for their diva to come back.
It's looking terrible for MCC currently. CGC with a perfectly comfortable 4 ult advantage right now. Well,
Right, 4 ults to 2 ults. Mesa's going to have to pull off something amazing to take this checkpoint.
If they're ever to put enough pressure with that barrage, and just look for a shatter, they have no shield right now.
The shield's down. The shatter might be massive. Oh, and the shatter gets stunned, and the kills are going, but MCC's getting kills. A huge shatter from LeBron. Kills 2. Both teams are looking very low on members. And the kills are still coming. MCC Hiri gets a kill. Dying kills the enemy Rhine. MCC looks like they might be able to take this checkpoint at the very nick of time. The stall comes through. They're going to have to get some quick kills. Hiri finds LeBron. Hiri hunting down that Mercy, and Hiri finds Bad. And they do get the checkpoint.
Mid-air shot.
Yeah, it was unbelievable aim from Hiri.
Hopefully, MCC doesn't get too demoralized here. It's still a perfectly good hold.
For sure. Yeah, it was a really good hold by CGC.
As long as they don't get steamrolled into third point, they're still having a huge time advantage. I'd like to see an early window here somewhere just to give Hiri that ability to just flank and go for another barrage.
Right.
Create that space.
Barrage comes through, but it doesn't find anyone. Armitage just flexing his hog. And High finds another 2 with his tire. CGC immediately putting a stop to this push from Mesa.
So Hiri was able to find an ult, but it wasn't enough. He was just ulting alone. His team on the low ground, him on the high ground, just getting blasted by LeBron and everybody else. What is High doing?
High is going for this nasty flank. We'll see. Nasty flanks have put him out of position before, but this might be the one. Window comes out, and High finds their main healer. That's exactly what he wanted to do there. The Brez does come through, and Yuri finds High. The shatter from the top ropes! The Immortality is barely going to be able to keep that team up, but that was an insane shatter. Tyre's going to come through from Birdie. Yuri finds Armitage, and Tyre finds the main healer. Looks like MCC are going to be pushing yet again as they clean up these last couple of Chandler team members. I like this aggressive hold here from Mesa, trying to prevent him from even touching.
It looks like CGC is going to be able to find the touch, but are they going to be able to find the value?
Grab. 4 people in that grab, and they all die to the Rhine. What an absolutely clutch grab from Peaches. She's had some amazing plays this season, and that was one of them.
MCC has their work cut up for them. It's going to take them quite a long time to get to that last point just to be able to cap.
Right, and they've only got 1 minute and 20 seconds. They've got their work cut out for them.
All CGC needs to do here is find a pick or 2, have them waste time. Just be able to just run that time down to overtime and then just obliterate them with their ults.
That immortality way off into the back is probably not what Mesa wanted there. The hook onto Birdie isn't able to get the kill, though.
Let's see if Looks like Hai opted to switch to a Torbjorn instead of the Widow.
Interesting pick for sure.
Definitely playing a lot more defensive than aggressive. Let's see how this is going to play out for him.
Right, and Mesa's walking all the way up to this first choke point.
I would like to see CGC be a little bit more aggressive. They have huge ult
sure.
advantage. They're letting MCC
A
just ult first.
great block by both Rhines. Here comes some ults. Birdie finds 2, huge. That's exactly what you want to see on Mesa. Rez does come through for LeBron, who finds Huri. But Huri is rezzed as well. Both rezzes out from the teams. LeBron with the flank finds 2. Stick is going to find the opposing bat, but the kills are just not coming through for Mesa that they need. And it looks like CGC is going to be able to clean up this map. Just Peaches left alone on point, and that'll be it. A masterclass put on by CGC as we go for another map.
A great example from CGC, just how being aggressive, using ults first, just gives you enough time in the bank to not have to worry too much about the defense. Had a huge game-changing ult.
Yeah, Peach is trying to keep her team in it.
That's unfortunate.
Very
It just
impressive.
wasn't quite enough at the end. We'll be right back for map 4. All right, we're going into a round 4. Over here, CGC doing the impossible and making it possible. They make your wishes come true. Maybe I should ask for a wish. What do you think, Will?
Wishes are great. And with how with how much CGC is pulling off, they might be able to make it come true.
All right, let's see if CGC can just bring it in and take us to a game 5. It's no longer a miracle. It is a possibility.
Absolutely.
Although I will say, I personally think that MCC might have a slight advantage just because of how the map works. Farah is notorious to have a great amount of value in this map.
For sure, CGC is definitely going to have to overcome the insane Pharah performance that Huri's been putting on, and on this map, it's not going to be easy.
I would say last game, our Armitage? I don't know. How do you say that, Will?
Armitage? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
The Hog. Huh? Peter?
Armitage, he got it.
Okay, Armitage. Armitage put an insane display on Hog, showing that you don't need a shield. You don't need anything. You know what you need? An amazing hook to kill. That's it.
That's correct.
Alright, so we can already see that Huri is going to Farah.
Yep. With any luck, LeBron and Armitage are going to be able to shoot and hook him out of the sky.
Now we're starting off with the hook. However, it's a D.Va, so the D.Va can just get out for free. That's the boosters gone.
Another hook onto Peaches. Armitage is just relentless.
However, this time the D.Va mecha does go down. This is just gonna allow that Junkrat Farah duo to just, or the Junkrat to just deal so much damage.
Without that defense matrix protecting from the junk grenades, it's just spam heaven.
And it looks like the D.Va's gonna go back to spawn just to get the mech sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Be swapping to Zarya.
Definitely an interesting pick.
Well, Zarya does get more ult charge off of, or the power or the energy off of the junk grenades.
Right.
So it's definitely a lot less damage mitigation.
Yeah, I like that pick.
Gonna be putting more pressure on the Baptiste to keep his Rhine alive.
See the Valk and the window coming out. Birdie finds LeBron. That's a good start. Here taking that off angle, but Armitage hooks him, and Draken gets the final blow. Armitage is just putting in the work. That res is going to come through, and Birdie finds Armitage. High's tires not getting as much value. This is looking rough.
Insane how both Junkrats already had ult.
Right, they're doing amazing. Huri finds both supports, though. Huri is just absolutely slaughtering.
Huri coming into this fight already with his ult as well as Undying. Could be insane for Huri to make them look back and then looking for a cheeky shatter just to get them all down.
Yeah, I'd love to see Mesa doing more of those ult combos we've been talking about. They could snowball all the way through this here.
Although CGC does have 3 ults here, all 4 if the LeBron is able to get some value here. Should be enough to slow them down.
Mesa taking this high ground. We see the Pharmercy looking for the flank. Coming back, a hook again. Armitage just landing hook after hook. And there's the res out here. He's going to use his ult, but he doesn't find anything. Armitage is just going insane.
Yeah, the ult from Huri was
Another
probably...
hook.
Huri's ult was probably a split second too soon. If he just waited for Undying to be up, he could have barraged us the same way, except get that shatter to be able to defend her. Or defend that Huri.
They're struggling with Armitage, though.
Or she's just able to find hook after hook, able to get enough damage just to get that ult and just backing everybody up with the whole hog.
Right, and after just barely ulting, he's already almost at 50%.
Alright, we got a LeBron here with the high noon. We have a shatter, a window, and a Valk. There's so many ults on both sides. There's a window.
Window comes out first for Mesa. It finds Night Raven. That's brutal, and the tire's going to come out too. High finds that, but Night Raven dead is not what you want to see. Grav's going to come out and keep LeBron pinned, but he still finds Peaches. Shatter comes out. Looks like... Oh, Armitage saves LeBron from a grisly death, and High finds 3. The triple kill from High. CGC looks like they're going to pull through this just fine, despite Mesa's best efforts and almost all their ults.
Armitage with no ult, just being able to find the ability to shut down the enemy team. LeBron got solo shadows, which was a great play. However, just wasn't enough. Hog was there as his guardian angel.
Armitage saving him from the skin of his teeth.
I'd like to see some creative rotating here from MCC side. Maybe taking that top left, going to the Ana spot, usually where the Baptiste is currently standing. That way they can just get to the back and just avoid the hog hooks as much as possible.
Yep. Yeah, if they don't find a way to stop getting hooked, it's looking rough for Mesa. Hanzo Dragon's going to come out. It doesn't find anything.
They're saying they're using the Hanzo Dragon just to rotate.
Right. Armitage pushing with his ult, forcing the immortality out.
At this point, because how everybody's set up, they can
Fury
definitely
finds
just rotate
LeBron,
back through
though.
the middle.
LeBron is rezzed. A big shatter comes through from Night Raven. That's going to force him all the way back, and the kills start coming through for CGC. And that's going to be yet another cleanup.
Yeah, so definitely after the whole hog came through, I would have liked to see maybe CGC just MCC just rotate through the mega. And it just allows them to take a different angle and avoid the whole hog at least for a little bit.
Yeah, I completely agree. They seemed just a little bit persistent in pushing up that stairway right there.
They probably would have liked to hold on to that dragon just a little bit longer, but they're probably just trying to rotate it. That way when Peaches gets a grab, they're able to have another dragon ready to go.
Right. Hai's going to use his ult here. It's not going
Trying
to
to
find
push them
anything,
off the high ground.
but they are still going to stay on the high ground too. Armitage with almost another hook.
I'd like to see CGC here maybe bait them onto point and then just look for LeBron to get a huge ultimate off. As MCC does not have that much time left. This is their last
Gonna
fight.
come out and Mesa's gonna commit. High finds Huri though. Looks like the high noon is held for a long time, but it doesn't get anything. Tyre comes over, but Draken's
Great
able to
immortality.
it. Yeah. A big shatter comes out, finds Night
But will
Raven.
it be enough?
And the kills start coming for Chandler. They do find LeBron, but High kills both supports and Huri. High is putting in the work this fight. And Night Raven is back. He gets his revenge on Undying. And CGC is just, yet again, cleaning up the last few members. That did seem like it might have been a few too many ults. But Mesa might not even be able to touch at this point. And they are not.
Unfortunate. MCC had a great start. They just weren't able to get anything going towards the end. They
Yeah,
tried initiating with that dragon, but they just couldn't find anything at the end. The grab came out just a split second too late.
we just saw better engages from CGC. Mesa looked like they just weren't quite sure how to get those opening picks they needed.
It definitely looks after the swaps that CGC made. MCC is just struggling to find how to adjust.
Yeah, Armitage on the Hog and LeBron on the McCree is such a killer combo. Armitage just keeps landing hook after hook, not letting up.
Personally, I would definitely love to see an Ana pick from MCC side, as they're not really doing much with the window. They don't have that much spam. They just have a Junkrat and a McCree, or they don't have that much hit scans behind that window. And Ana would be great just to shut down that Hog that's just playing out on the front line.
Right, Ana's nade able to shut down the Hog's healing would be huge.
Yeah, and CGC currently just doesn't have a diva. They don't have a bubble. They don't have anything to cleanse that purple with.
Right.
It looks like MCC is going to be doing that swap.
Yeah, we do see Huri's switching off to the McCree.
Looks like Sync here is going to be playing the Ana. Let's see if he can find value from the nades.
Yep, that Ana that we were talking about that could be huge. And here comes the engage.
Hoping that
What?
MCC's team doesn't get used to.
High finds Fury. The res
Hopefully MCC
does come through.
doesn't get too used to immortality because they do not have that option anymore.
Right. And here comes the hook. A
The
huge
huge purple.
nade, though.
Can they
That
find that
honest nade,
immortality?
like we were saying.
Somebody needs to get LeBron off the high ground. He's just getting free value.
Right. Yeah, LeBron and High taking opposite high ground. That crossfire is just intense. Peaches does come up to contest High. The
They gotta
res
find the
somehow
res.
comes through. But the kills are going Chandler's way. And it looks like Chandler's going to take this point.
It's definitely going to be a little rough for MCC. They don't really have any ults to work with. They're a little bit
sure.
shy of coming into 3 here.
And we see Chandler with 4, close to 5 even.
Definitely just going to look to window, create a ton of space, maybe look for a high noon afterwards or vice versa. Just allowing them to shatter and dragon for free. MCC is definitely going to look to play a little split here, just trying to get that value from the off angles.
Again, the hooks. Armitage with so many hooks. Peaches hasn't had the time to dive their high ground DPS because she's just been busy getting hooked by Armitage.
And here with the flank dragon.
The crazy flank dragon takes out Undying. He
That
is
insane
res back
res.
up. So many ults are coming through. The tire's going to get picked off by Armitage's whole hog.
Keep in mind, all they need is a single tick and the fight is over.
That's correct, but kills are coming MCC's way, but again, High finds Birdie. The shatter
shatter to
comes
High.
through, kills High.
The Hanzo is down, the president is down, and they're going to get pushed back.
A hard-fought fight from Chandler, but they just didn't have the firepower.
Looks because of the Ryan shield, Stink is finding it a little difficult to land some good nades here.
Right. Back up
And
on
again-
the high ground.
CGC just with the ult advantage still.
This
that Ryan
Rhine's
cannot
cut
be
out
healthy.
behind. This Rhine is dead. Yeah, is not wonderful from Undying. Ult's gonna come from LeBron. He finds the Mercy. The kills are coming Chandler's way. And that's gonna be it from Huri and Birdie. And they're gonna take that pick. And Chandler wins, taking us to a 5th and final map.
Playing an incredibly good demonstration.
They are just kicking it into overdrive. They're working for that reverse sweep. What an
At least it's
amazing-
definitely going to be a great map for the Hog if they're still going to be running it.
Absolutely. An amazing map from Chandler. We will see you guys in a couple moments for our 5th and final map. And we are back for our final map of the evening, Ilios. This is going to be an insane map. These two teams, yet again, after their last meeting, going all the way to the 3 maps, going to 5 maps. This is going to be such a nail biter.
Yeah, we're definitely not trying to make up for the long wait times in between the other maps. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be interesting because Ilios is notorious for a great hog map. However, I have seen time and time again Pharaohs just dominate these maps. So both
Right.
teams just have a great time in this map selection.
Yeah, Ilios appealing to both Armitage's Hog and Hiri's Pharah. It's going to be such a fun one to watch.
And definitely with all the options for high ground, don't sleep on LeBron and High to just be able to shut down Hiri. It's going to be hard for both sides.
Absolutely.
And it looks like this guy Hiri's going with the Pharah again, and they're going with a Lucio Mercy comp. This is definitely going to be interesting. Low heals.
Yeah, very low heals. They're going to have to play very careful, try to take least amount of damage possible. We see all of Chandler going after Hiri, and Armitage finds the hook out of the sky. What an amazing Roadhog player he is. And another hook.
MCC here just looking to stall point as long as possible.
Right. Mesa does take those first couple of ticks, but they only get 7% from it. An amazing play from Chandler, just rotating right after Hiri and getting him taken care of first.
Yeah, I definitely like to see him play with this team a little bit more, just above them. Just that way, if CGC just tries to run at him, he can at least use his team is for cover, and then just back off and take an off angle once the team fight has started. So I figured it'd be hard for Hiri with that double hit scan and a hog player.
Yeah, Hiri's got his work cut out for him here.
It would be interesting that Zarya would start bubbling Hiri instead of the Ryan. Gives Orion less pressure, but it should give Hiri enough to be able to work with that.
Mesa starts pushing in. Peace is being super aggressive. Hiri finds the Brawn.
He's out in the open. I do not think he's going to get res. They're going for the res.
Alright, and Hiri finds High, even though he ulted, booped right off the map. Hiri is amazing. He kills LeBron too, but the kills are going the way of Chandler as well, with LeBron able to find Stick. Armitage finds that Junkrat. Hiri's ult comes out. It's looking like Mesa is going to take this.
I would have liked to see them hold that ult even for a little bit longer. They did not need to commit that.
Hiri just absolutely putting in the work. It would have been nice to see him hold that grab a little bit longer, but overall a good fight from Mesa.
Definitely forcing the fight onto point is playing to the advantage of MCC. Just forcing them to be there, not having off angles, not letting the hog hook anything, and just letting Hiri just put damage down lane.
Hiri is going to switch over to Soldier.
I do like the swap. It allows just to put more pressure on the Ryan and the tanks, and just allows the Junkrat to just play do whatever he wants.
Armitage down. CGC is going to have trouble getting those ever important hooks. And looks like CGC is just going to back off, play it safe, wait for their hog to come back.
It looks like MCC learned their lesson, just staying behind the Ryan and the Zarya at all times, just not letting Armitage have any advantage with the hooks.
Right, I like to see it from Mesa.
MCC coming here with a Shatter. Hopefully they can find any more ult advantage.
Wow, and amazing! Armitage is able to hook him out of his Shatter, and LeBron finds 3 right off the back of that.
LeBron just with the triple kill.
What an amazing play from CGC. Armitage just slaughtering everything. We are seeing a masterclass from both teams on this map.
Yeah, right now the ults do seem pretty even so far. MCC with the slight advantage in charges. They are about to come to a grab here. But can they use it to their advantage?
We see High ulting on the high ground. He finds one of the healers.
I'd like
He
for them
finds
to not commit anything
another.
here.
A wonderful push behind the visor of High. High finds 3, Armitage finds 1.
but can they get the touch?
And it's looking like Mesa isn't even going to be able to touch here.
That's
Round one.
unfortunate. I would have liked to
What?
see an MCC rotate through the high ground, maybe use visor and grab and just try to take the fight a little bit towards their advantage instead of just walking down main.
Right. Amazing performances from both team, but it seemed like Chandler was just managing their ults that slight bit better, gave him that edge.
Not just their ults, they just had the better positioning with having the high on that high ground. You know, as his name implies, just being able to just rain down from the sky. Looks like Huri's looking to go Reaper here. The Reaper could definitely put more pressure on the tanks, but we'll see if this is the right pick for them.
And I am liking the switch to the Ana, getting a little bit more healing than the Lucio Mercy healers we were seeing earlier from Mesa.
Definitely going a hard anti-hog. Looks like they've recognized Artemage, they respect him, and now they're just trying to disrespect him.
That's correct.
Like they got high on the Hanzo. You can find those headshots, it's definitely going to be played towards their advantage.
Fury drops low, but he's able to Wraith out and find the healing.
I would like to see the team MCC just rotating through the high ground, pushing that hog off, just not letting him be sit where he wants.
And it looks like they're feeling just a little bit stuck, caught out, and there goes Bread Genie. LeBron finds a great pick.
They're
And
definitely not
Mesa
finding an angle to push forward.
Right, they just feel a little bit stuck on this angle here.
They just have to make a decision to push right side or push left side, either or. Push the DPS or push the hog. They just can't walk forward because they're just going to get crosshaired.
And here
They're going to
they
get
go.
shot from both sides.
Looks like they're pushing right onto point with this one.
Hog just finding the Mercy.
Armitage finds the Mercy. What an amazing player.
They definitely can't just keep walking down main.
Right, without a healer, you just have to back out there. We're gonna need to see Mesa, as you said, choose left or right. Walking down main is not doing it for him.
They do have a nano here, which could definitely lead to another ult almost immediately. We'll see how they use it. It's like they invest Valkyrie early. This is
Right,
interesting.
that was a very early Valkyrie.
CGC can just walk back.
Nano comes back. Oh, and High Noon's gonna find Birdie, but he is instantly taken care of. The res comes through on Birdie and the res on LeBron. Birdie does find Night Raven. Armitage finds Styx. So many kills on both sides. And Mesa does end up taking this point here.
As I said, they just walk right side. They're able to get that hug off the high ground, and then once both ults start coming out, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
CGC just playing on the back foot at that point. They're playing catch up.
We do see Mesa has a pretty big ult advantage here. This is still anybody's round for sure.
Ryan just definitely needs to respect the hog and just be able to stop him from getting any picks on the back line.
Good stun. Here comes the High Noon. Finds LeBron. Here comes Tyre. Finds Night Raven. And the Grav's going to pin up the rest of the team. And Mesa is going to use those 3 ults and take the fight. Valkyrie comes out. This Valkyrie feels a little bit awkward, but...
Yeah, it definitely feels a little too much just because now they're just betting on Shatter. Because if they lose the next fight, it's very likely that that is the last fight. We're not certain if they're going to be able to have a touch.
Yeah, a lot is resting on UB Dying's Shatter here.
As to where CGC just has 2 ults, 3 almost with another Shatter and a High Noon. Well, I'll say this, nervousness is MCC is definitely nervous right now. They're playing for all the stakes.
A huge purple onto Armitage. He has no heal and he's super low.
It'd be a great opportunity to just shatter the team.
There they go. They get the kill.
There's the Shatter.
LeBron Games does fight Birdie. The Shatter's big. LeBron Games finds 2, but the res comes through on Armitage.
LeBron
he
just finds having a face-off.
The Braun is going to win that face-off with Huri, and it looks like Mesa is going to take this point. An amazing defense from Mesa.
We're going to the absolute last game. Map 5.3.
This is going the distance, just like last time. This is going to be a very, very intense round. I'm sure the players on both teams are feeling the nerves.
And again, this is just the perfect map for both sides. You have enough cover for Pharah to do whatever they want, if they choose to go that route. And they just have the big well in the middle for Hog just to get insane value from hooking.
It all comes down to this final round.
Looks like MCC is going to opt to go the Cassidy again. Probably just opting to shut down the Hog instead of just creating their own value.
Right. See both teams playing very similar positions.
Like to see this Hanzo get pushed out, but it looks like nobody can really contest high ground. Peaches is on the Zarya, just letting them take high ground. There's no Diva to contest it. There's
They've
no
got to be
Tracer, there's nothing.
very careful of Armitage's hook next to this well.
And a
Doing a
swing and
really
a
good
miss
job.
from Armitage. Look at the Ryan's feeling comfortable now that the hook is out of the way. The hook
Right.
should be back up, and he finds the Ana.
Braun finds Ryan, but Armitage finds Ana. That's 2 kills for CGC. Ryan's back up, but without that main heal, things are going to get really rough really quick.
Definitely can still look to contest, but they're probably just going to back up and reset.
Yep. It looks
Trying
like
to buy
they're
as much
just
time as possible.
playing footsies with point, trying to buy time. Huri finds High, but Night Raven finds Birdie. Huri's ult comes out and finds the Braun. That's a huge pick. But Armitage with the hook onto the Rhine.
They just
LeBron
res
is res
LeBron.
back up. You can't res the people dropped into the holes, though.
That's another one.
Another hook. Armitage hooking both tanks into the pit. And
That's 3
finally,
0 MCC.
Dragon is committed here, just trying to get any last picks, and that pick onto the Mercy's big. Just wasting so much of Mesa's time as they have to wait for these respawns to come through.
MCC's
percent
best
is
option
ticking
currently
up.
is just to push through the right side. Try to force that fight under the little building. Is where that mini's at. That way they can just avoid the well as much as possible. Try to force a brawl and just get that Hog and just out damage him.
And it does look like that's the way they're going on this right side.
So hook out.
Here
they
comes
find the
the
support.
grab. They find 2 supports with the grab. Birdie finds Armitage. That's a really good first pick for Mesa. And Night Raven falls as well. Huri is caught by High, and LeBron finds the Rhine. Chandler are still in this. The High Noon comes out, zones them off the point. Chandler, the percent is just ticking higher and higher.
Yeah, they're just not able to capitalize on that early pick.
Right. And Chandler stabilizes. Their whole team's back. They still have point. 75% and counting. Mesa have got to kick it into gear.
Looks like they're trying to force main again.
They're playing really careful of Armitage's hooks.
But are they playing careful enough?
Chandler's looking a little bit split. Oh, and the hook
Armage
on
with the
Peaches. Night Raven shattering the enemy
And
Rhine.
Shuri falls into the
Fury
well.
falling into the well, and that's gonna be it. CGC with an absolutely dominant performance on this final round, and the finals will fall to Chandler Community College. What
I
an
think I can say
amazing
this.
series.
I can say this with
Just
all
amazing.
certainty. MVP
You guys-
is the well.
We're great casters. I got to go congratulate my team.
Awesome.
And with that, we congratulate the winners of the 2022 finals, the CGC.
And An amazing season, an amazing series. We will see you all later.